Hi, everybody. Welcome to another amazing episode of Positive Traction with Coach Henry. Today, I have an amazing, and I can honestly say the youngest guest that I have had, but there's a reason which you're going to find out, and it's a special mini episode of 20 minutes, but you'll understand why this guest is on the show. So, hello, and who are you?
My name is Thomas Walker. I'm 11 years old, and I'm in 5th grade.
That's awesome. Now, let me tell you, everybody, those that are just listening, is when he came in here, he didn't know part of the team here, actually anybody in the team here other than me, and he went up, firm handshake, eye contact. I mean, come on, 11 years old, good job, Mom and Dad. That is awesome. So, Thomas,
Yes.
what is you have a new passion that has, I want to say, helped change your life.
It has.
I love that.
Yeah, a lot.
Ooh, I love that even more. But before we get to that, let's talk a little about can you share a bit about your family, like sisters, and what's your life about?
Yeah, so, I love spending time with my dad, basketball, shooting around, just going on car drives, going to pick stuff up from the hardware store.
And do you have sisters?
Yes, I have 2 sisters, a dog, and 2 horses.
Okay, and then what about your mom? She nice to you?
Yeah.
Damn, okay, you passed dynamite. Well, how long in your mind have you known Coach Henry?
Since I was very, very little.
Yes, you or Mom would come train, and you would literally crawl around in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
My coloring book.
yeah, good memory. So I am very blessed to have the relationship I do with your mom and your dad, and with you. You know, to have you on the show. But I'll tell you why I wanted you on the show, Thomas, because my show is about hopefully inspiring people to want to be better, to want to, because I believe if you're better, then you're going to be better for others. But that comes at a price, right? There's struggles. So
Yes.
let's dive into it. You have had some challenges. So whatever you're comfortable sharing, what's a challenge in the last couple of years that you feel like was really hard for you?
Probably like school, just all the drama of friends and the catching up of work and the didn't do this great on a test and needing to study more for this and the healthy balance of everything.
That's big words. I like the healthy balance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now as you were trying to find your new hobby, which we're going to leave everybody in suspense for a little longer,
Yeah.
you tried different things.
Yes.
So in your opinion, at 11 years old, what is something that, even though you didn't want to do it once you started it, but you knew you had to do what with it? Does that make sense? So, for example, give me something that you tried and you didn't like, but you still finished it.
Probably like a sports season.
Yeah. What name of sport?
So like soccer. Since I was younger, I've played soccer. And all of a sudden, I kind of didn't want to do it. And my dad and my mom are like, "Don't quit, just finish the season. We've already done it. You just finish the season, just get through the season. We'll find a new hobby for you." So I finished the season and I quit soccer. And yeah.
Well, so I'm going to give you a little praise, and maybe you're aware of it, maybe you're not. It's good that they encourage you to finish, because let me tell you something. Life isn't easy, Thomas, at any age. It's not. At 11 years old, you're already saying it's not with a lot of confidence. But what they have tried and do encourage you is to finish.
Yes.
And then you can pivot. So you didn't quit, you just pivoted.
Yes.
Because quitting means you didn't finish soccer, but you did finish it.
Yes.
And, God has different paths for different people. So you finished soccer. What's another, because to me, you learned the value of your commitment. So what's another challenge? Because there's a lot of good to talk. So we're going to talk a lot about the good stuff, but I do want people that are at any age to know that this little 11-year-old, this young little man in the making, is not afraid to speak about some of the challenges that you've gone through or even going through.
Yes.
And then how do we get through it? So, what's another challenge that you feel? So, the school one, I get it. Drama, friends, trying to find a balance of that. So, do you want to talk more about that, or is there something else that sticks out to you that then led to your new hobby?
Probably something about my new that led to my new hobby.
Okay, go ahead.
So, when I switched schools from a private school to a public one closer to here. So I started horses towards the end of the private school, and it really started when we wanted to move to Old Agora. And my mom just wanted me to be like comfortable around the horses because they're everywhere there.
Yeah.
And it was also like helping with like calm me down and what's the word? Like
So, to help you, when you say calm me down, like, what was that season of life for you like? Like, so when she said horses were like a calm for you, especially when you first started with them,
yeah.
what were you trying to calm down from? Do you want to share that?
Yeah, just from schools, like parents go to get a massage, kind of like the same thing with horses.
That's good, Tommy. You're
Just
right.
like a break.
Yeah, I love it. I love that you already understanding that it helped you just kind of connect and disconnect, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you got into horses, when did you realize that it was going to turn into what it is today?
I thought I found out that it was gonna turn into what it is today when this new little 3-year-old horse came to the barn. And we were just like, oh, cute little pony. At the time, it was like my not even like 3 months into riding. And it was like, oh, cute little pony. We were remodeling the house, and my sisters, they're not 9 years old and 5 years old now, and they were just like, oh, like baby, cute. So my mom and dad were remodeling the house, and they were thinking, what if we get horses and make the back of the house a horse place, and they could roam all through the property, and we could have them gated in, and we liked that idea. So we bought our first horse, Taco, which was the little 3-year-old baby, and at the time it was a little bit of a mistake because he's a baby and we weren't experienced riders. We couldn't ride him at all or that well when we did.
Well, I love that. So here's what I take, and you tell me if you agree and what you want to add is, I've seen you grow in a beautiful way in this responsibility. What is your tagline that you call yourself?
Mini Cowboy 1.
Yeah, I love that. So what I see you is I see you growing with responsibilities. I see you growing with nurturing, right? But you have to nurture. So tell me, how do you look at your responsibilities around the barn now compared to how you did chores before?
So now what I do is a lot more advanced than before, and I can tell it's a lot more important to the horses and my trainer what I do now. Because before it was just like, oh, rake up the leaves, sweep the thing, clean the tack room with a wipe, clean all the tack with oil, all the saddles and stuff. And now it's like, saddle up the horse. You need to groom the horse, drag the arena so the horse doesn't roll its ankle. And it's a lot more advanced and fun than it was in like it used to be.
So you're really growing with responsibilities, and do you look forward to it?
Yes.
So I think what I see in you growing is a certain sense of pride, right? And your horses and how you keep it. So it's not really a chore like
It's not.
anymore. It's more like a privilege.
Yeah.
So tell me, but look at you guys have been blessed, and you, since I've known your family, you guys do well. Your family works hard. So a lot of people don't have that same privilege. So how do you feel the horse humbles you, right? Because you are in a good place in life, thank God, and but you also don't want to be carried away and forget that there's people don't always have it as good. So how can you be a better contribution to society having a good mixture?
So the like first of all, the way that like the horse humbles me
Uh huh.
is the you can't say, "Oh, I'm a great rider. I never fall off. I can lift a saddle better than you can. I can ride my horse faster than you. My horse can spin better than you." None of it matters cuz no ride is ever the same, just like in life.
Wow, some deep words, Thomas. Deep words. I love it. But you're right. So I love that you already are starting. This is why I wanted people to hear you on the show, Thomas. Because already at 11 years old, you are bridging that no ride's the same. That it's not always easy, and you said the word yourself humbles you. So now let's talk about the other word that I like to use. What hungers you? What now is helping you stay better in school? What now is helping you be a better addition to your family when it comes to you now that you found such a beautiful hobby and your family got behind you? You got horses, they can afford to do it. So, how do you feel you're bringing that back to your family? How has that made you better?
By it like the horses calm me down, and if I'm being honest, like on tests and stuff, I get like, oh, if I fail, and I get like really tight and nervous and scared.
Mm-hmm.
So the horses like calm me down. I've been doing better on some school assignments. It's just helped really in everything. I and even then, not the horses, doing chores around the house, taking out the trash.
I love that. So it just seems like you're really learning the responsibilities, right? So, I mean, and I think that's important because look, of all hobbies, the only bad part of that hobby is expensive.
Yeah,
So you ultimately one day will need to take care of it yourself, right? As you get older.
yeah.
So I think that you see chores now as a responsibility to make a good difference.
Yes.
So tell me now, like in recent times, when you think of your happy place and the horses now. So aside from school, what's something else that is really because I want to encourage anyone out there young, maybe they can't do horses, right? It is an expensive hobby. But what do you suggest for someone that listens to you and you can say, find your happy place? What would you encourage them?
I would encourage them to just keep trying, keep going. And when you do find that happy place, don't just say, "Oh, I'm happy, I'm done, great." Like, try to excel at it.
Wow. Okay. So let's talk about that. So what you mean excel is like how are you excelling now? So give them an example. What are you doing now that's challenging you? That's probably uncomfortable, but you're getting better. What is that?
So, like, getting like better with the horses. And before, for example, I my saddle got lifted for me and done for me, and my bridle put on for me, and now I have to do it all myself
Wow.
because I've gotten better. So now I need to do more.
Wow. That's
So
good.
the better that you get, the more you'll have to do, but the more rewarding it is.
That's deep. Now, everybody, now you understand why I wanted this little mini cowboy on this show because he's dropping some serious wisdom. You are, buddy. And I want you to hear this podcast many years from now when you're older and you're going to look back and go, wow, okay. Because the habits that you're creating and your family's helping you do are going to really be magnificent for you as you grow. They really are. Because you said, a balance, a healthy balance earlier, and rewarding. You're right. It feels good when you saddled up your horse, right? You
Yeah.
brush your horse and what it does for you. So what do you think you do for the horse? Now, you're very connected to your horse. So
Yes.
which is your horse?
So I have two horses. I have Taco. He is now 5 years old. He is a boy.
Okay.
And he is just a short, tiny little thing.
Okay.
And he has brown fur and a black mane.
Okay.
And then I also have Charlie, who is, to the best of our knowledge, 14.
Okay.
Is Palomino, which means goldenish.
Okay.
And he has white mane.
Okay, so why the different horses for those that don't know? What's the difference?
Um,
Or you
the,
just have two horses?
the difference is actually big. So you can say if like for lasso to like get the cows, you would say all horses can do that. Fine, we're done. We just need to teach them how to do it.
Okay.
But it's not like that. It's Taco might be a little too short. The cow is about the pretty much like not very smaller than him. It has about his same strength, so it's not an even matchup. If Taco does get the cow's just gonna pull him. The cow can hurt him.
Yeah.
Whereas Charlie, he is a rope horse, which he does it, it's in his blood. He does it.
Yeah.
And he's a lot stronger and he can do it. But that doesn't mean that the horses are like one's better than the other, because Charlie can't do some stuff that Taco can do, and
Yeah.
Taco can do some stuff Charlie can't.
So what a blessing that you get two on that. So okay, so what do you contribute to your family you use the word reward.
Yes.
So anybody at any age, you are learning the value of hard work, of earning your keep, and a reward. So what does it look like? What are you doing for your family to do your part?
So some days are better than others for doing stuff. Whereas like yesterday, I was at my friend's house all day until like 6, 7 o'clock. And there wasn't much to do because it was kind of already done.
Okay.
But like on the times that I can and I don't have stuff that I need to be doing, like schoolwork or promises to people, or even the horses, stuff that I need to do with the horses, then I'm helping my family with taking out the trash, taking out the dog, or watching the dog. And watching the dog doesn't have to be hard. It can just be me watching TV and he's right next to me under his arm.
I love it. So I appreciate two things, Thomas, is you sharing your story
Yeah.
and what it's done and doing for you. So what is a couple of, let's say three, it could be a sentence or a word, three things that you feel this Thomas has learned from 2 years ago, that Thomas? So what's three really good things that you can share that you would have told that Thomas that now you're living? Does that make sense to you?
Yes. So something that I might have told myself years ago is you don't get when my dad had his sports car, I was like, you know what, you can just like hand it down to me. I'm probably not gonna make it that far anyway. And he's like, no, you don't earn this from lying on the couch. You don't earn it from doing what you want to do. You earn it with getting your priorities done, getting your stuff done before you relax. You need to earn it. You don't just get it handed to you.
Well, number one, kudos to your dad, and I know him well. So that is great advice that you would have told yourself years ago and that you're applying it. So that talks about the reward. So that's number one. Beautiful. What's number two?
Number two is probably think. Number two is probably something with like hard work. You don't get you need to put in the work to get the things that you want. You need to you don't just get to go to the barn and everything's already done. You're just ready to ride your horse. You need to put into work to ride your horse. You don't get to just ride your horse because they have manure that needs to be scooped. They need to be brushed, raked. They need saddles cleaned.
Thomas, that's so good. So you really have a lot of good wise words to tell your previous self, but at least you're learning it now, buddy. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
There's one more if it comes easy for you, or I can say it for you. It's up to you.
I can't think of much more. So
No, you did great. So I have one for you, and that is you really have a good attitude now. And I think that before you were trying to find your way, right?
yeah,
And between the good support of your mama and your dad and your family, you're learning a great valuable lesson that you can be blessed like you are with nice house and nice things, but you got to earn your way.
yeah,
And that advice is golden. And that's why I wanted people to hear a little bit of the mini cowboy. I really did. And I can't wait to have you back on this show. Maybe once a year we do it or whatever.
Yeah.
To just see your growth. And then you'll be remembering this episode going, man, I told myself that. So I'm very proud of you. But we'll end one extra minute. Is there anything that you want to share with anyone listening or a question that you have for me?
Nothing much. Just work hard and you'll get what you want. Yeah.
I love it. Well, Thomas, thank you. I think you did really, really well.
Thank you.
Guys, again, we flew through 22 minutes like nothing. This guy, I just want everyone to put this in perspective. He's 11 years old, carried a conversation with a grown adult. Well, if you call me a grown adult, I don't know. Extremely well. Thank you, Mini Cowboy. I appreciate you and your family. And everybody, thank you for supporting Thomas. And we'll do some clips on some of his horse stuff so you could see with Taco and Charlie.
Yeah.
And I love that. And till next time, have a blessed day.